Good morning, children. How are you? Hoping all of you are fine and safe. Dear students, today we are going to start chapter number 5, Light. In this chapter, we will see about sources of light, luminous and non-luminous objects, transparent, translucent and opaque materials, rays and beam of light, rectilinear propagation of light, formation of shadow, occurrence of eclipse and pinhole camera. Dear students, can you imagine yourself in a living world without light? Nothing would be visible to you. Everything will be in complete darkness. You can see things around us only when light falls on them. Whenever light falls on an object, it bounces back and reaches our eyes. Thus, we can say that light is a form of energy which causes the sensation of sensation of sight and making things visible to us. It does not require any medium to travel. That is why the sunlight reaches us through vacuum in space. Now we will see sources of light. To, to be able to see anything, we need a source of light. Any object which gives us light is called source of light. The sun, stars, candle, bulbs, etc. are the sources of light. The sun is a natural source of light and energy. It illuminates the entire solar system. Without light and heat from the sun, we cannot imagine life on the earth. Apart from the sun, twinkling stars, lightning, etc., are also considered considered as natural source of light since they are produced by nature itself. Sources like candle, bulb, tube light, torch, etc. are also emit light. They are artificial source of light as they are man-made. Next we will see luminous and non-luminous object. All objects that emits their own light are called luminous objects. These objects can be natural or artificial sources. The sun and stars are natural luminous bodies, whereas bulb, candle, tube light, etc. are artificial luminous objects. The objects which do not emit their own light are known as non-luminous objects. Chair, table, tree, stone, etc. are some examples of non-luminous objects. These objects are visible only when they reflect the light falling on them. The reflected light then reaches our eyes and enable to see. The moon is also a non-luminous body. It reflects the light of the sun and appears to be shining in the night sky. So, moonlight is actually solar light reflected by the moon. Other planets also have no light of their own. They shine because they reflect the light falling on them. Next topic we will see bioluminescence. Besides the sun and stars, some living organisms can also produce light of their own. Have you ever noticed the glow of a firefly, glowworm, lantern, lantern fish, or Dinoflagellants? These organisms produce light through some chemical reaction in their bodies. Emission of light by living organisms due to some chemical reactions taking place inside its body is known as bioluminescence. It also serves as natural source of light. Next we will see scattering of light. We know that air consists of various gases and dust particles. We also know that light always travels in a straight line path. When light passes through air, some of it is absorbed by these particles and re-emitted in different directions. The deflection of light from its straight path by particles of a medium such that some of the light is absorbed and re-emitted in different direction is called scattering of light. It is due to scattering of light that we are able to see objects which are not in direct path of sunlight. Our atmosphere appears bright because of a scattering of light, and this is the reason we can see objects around us at dusk and downtime. Similarly, if we light a candle or a torch in a dark room, the dust particles scatter light in all direction and we are able to see even things which do not lie directly in the straight line path of the candle or torch. Now we will see transparent, translucent and opaque material. So let us see what is transparent material. Transparent material or objects are those objects which are completely allow the light to pass through them. For example, glass, air and water are the transparent material through which light completely pass through them. Next, translucent material are those material or medium which allow partial light to pass through it. For example, wax paper, frosted glass, colored bottle and fog are the example of translucent material. Next we will see opaque material. Opaque material or medium are those material or medium which do not allow light to pass through it. For example, wood, wooden door, metal, book and brick wall are the example of opaque material. They do not allow any light to pass through them. Now we will see some question answer. State whether the following statement are true or false. Correct the false statement. The first question is light is a form of energy. Right answer is true. Question number 2. Table is a luminous object. It is false. Here underline the luminous and write down non-luminous object. In place of luminous you have to write down non-luminous object. Question number 3. We see object only when light falls on them. True. Question number 4. Bioluminescence is a natural source of light. True. Question number 5. Atmosphere appears bright due to scattering of light. True. Question number 6. Light passes through all objects. False. Here you have to underline it all and write down transparent in all transparent object. Next we will see rays and beam of light. What is rays? And we will learn about beam of light also. Light travel along a straight line path and is depicted as a ray. It is a form of energy. A light ray is diagrammatically represented by a straight line with an arrowhead. The arrowhead indicates the direction in which the ray moves. Here it is given. When a number of rays travel together in one direction, they are collectively known as beam of ray. A torch produces a beam of light. A beam of light can be parallel, converging or diverging. Parallel beam. When a number of rays moved parallel to each other, the beam is called parallel beam of light. It is produced by distant source of light like the sun. Converging beam. A collection of rays of light coming from different direction which converge or meet at a single point is called converging beam of light. Sunlight passing through a magnifying light lens is an example of converging beam of light. Divergent beam. The ray or light emitted by a small source which travel in different direction from a divergent form a divergent beam of light emitted by a bulb or an LED, a candle or a lighthouse are example of divergent beam of light. Now we will see next topic is rectilinear propagation of light. When a light travels in a straight line, light travels in a straight path of light. This is called rectilinear propagation of light. Rectilinear means a straight line. See, light always travel in a straight line in a medium. A number of examples in our daily life confirm the straight line motion of light. For example, if you observe a beam of light coming from the headlight of a car, you can notice that light ray travel in a straight line. Similarly, when a beam of light enters a dark room through a gap in the window curtain, we can see the light traveling in a straight line. This property of light traveling in a straight line is called rectilinear propagation of light. The path traveled the path The path traversed by light in a medium between any two points is the shortest. This also means that light takes minimum time in traveling from one point to another. Light travel with a speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. The light coming from the sun reaches the earth in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. An opaque substance blocks the path of light completely. Now we will see the consequences of rectilinear propagation of light. The consequences of rectilinear propagation of light are as follows. First consequence is formation of shadow. Whenever an opaque object is placed in path of light, it blocks the path and cast its shadow. Second consequence is occurrence of eclipse. Eclipse occur due to blocking of sunlight by a heavenly body, which thereby casts its shadow on another heavenly body. Next we will see formation of shadow. Whenever you walk in the sun, a dark patch is formed on the side opposite the direction of the sunlight. The dark patch moves with you and is your shadow. A shadow is a dark path formed when the path of light is obstructed by an opaque object. The formation of shadow is a direct consequence of the rectilinear propagation of light. This is because an opaque substance does not allow light to pass through it. An opaque substance casts a dark shadow. A translucent material like a butter paper blocks the path of the light only partially and hence produces a faint shadow. A transparent material like glass allows all the light to pass through and does not cast any shadow. Next we will see to form a shadow, the following things are required. What are the things? A source of light, an opaque object, and a screen. Now we will see characteristics of a shadow. A shadow has the following characteristics. First, a shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light source. Second, the shadow is of the same shape as the object. And third, a shadow is always dark in color irrespective of the color of the object or light falling on it. So these are the characteristics of the shadow. Now dear students, today this much only. We will see next in the next class. Thank you and take care.